Hello everyone, good to see you here again. Today we are going to explore Hudson Place Residences located in Media Square. Preview will start on 1st May. From the past few launches in One North Precinct, much have already been said about the lack of supply of housing in the area, so I won't go into the details. You can watch one of my previous videos on One North Potential where I touched on demand and supply in the area. However, I'd like to update with this recent news unveiled at Budget February 2026 regarding the setup of a new National AI Council chaired by PM Lawrence Wong to boost Singapore's AI research and capabilities. Kampong AI, situated in a new One North Park, will be completed in 2028. And this can fuel property demand in One North and the broader District 5 area further. So if you are eyeing Hudson Place or this location, this piece of news might interest you. Before we go further, hello, my name is Belle Tan. I help property owners navigate the market and avoid costly mistakes before they commit. Do like and subscribe to my YouTube channel to get regular updates and strategies to help you make better decisions. Call me or DM me if you'd like to discuss your situation and we can work it through together. So today we will cover the topics project info, entry and exit considerations, then applying the pricing strategies to identify sweet spots, and lastly, we will take a look at the unit layouts. Let's look at the project info first. Hudson Place Residences is located in Media Circle in between Infinite Studio and Bloomsbury Residences. Infinite Studio is Singapore's first media hub in Mediapolis, purpose-built for the media and entertainment industry. It's a 10-story building. This project is residential with estimated 400 square meter of commercial space at level 1, 327 units sitting on a site area of 7,630 square meter, 2 blocks. Block 18 is 15 story and Block 20 is 23 stories. Expected TOP is September 2029. As One North is planned as a car light district, car park lots provided here is about 40%. This project is jointly developed by Qingjian, 4C, CYZ Land and Jiangnan Capital. Qingjian and 4C are also joint developers for Bloomsbury Residences just across Hudson Place. Here is a perspective to show you how the project will look like. You will notice that the 2 blocks are elevated from the ground. The architects have designed the elevated blocks in order to maximize the landscape area at first story and to optimize the views from the units. So, the lowest unit on second floor are not that low actually. Second story is approximately 17 meters above first story, and assuming each floor is 3 meters, second floor units are around a normal 6th floor unit from the ground. And this side facing Infinite Studio, which is a 10-story building, 13th floor on Hudson Place will clear the building. Here are the maximized views from the block orientation. These 2 sites will have unblocked view towards Wessex Estate, these sites towards Queenstown, and this site closest to Infinite Studio, below 13 will face the studio, and above 13 towards Greater Southern Waterfront. And lastly, this site, lower floor will be landscape view, higher floors will look towards Greater Southern Waterfront. The indicative pricing was just released, so let's take a look. 2 bedrooms starting from 2,200 XX PSF, 3 bedroom 2,300 XX, and 4 bedroom 2,400 XX PSF. So from here, we can obviously see that the price loading is on 4 bedroom at the highest PSF. It looks almost like a norm now, bigger bed type, higher PSF. And if we compare to Bloomsbury transacted prices, we see that Bloomsbury 2 bedroom 2348 PSF is higher than Hudson's 2,200 indicative, but 3 and 4 bedroom are almost similar. So Bloomsbury was launched in April last year and is now 85% sold with 50 plus units left, mainly 4 bedrooms and few 2 and 3 bedroom. So those who have previously been sitting on the fence can now have another chance to reconsider this location. We will talk more about the comparison with Bloomsbury in the next section. Now that we have seen the project details, I think it's important with every project to look at some of the major entry and exit considerations so you know what you're in for. Firstly, no MRT station nearby. I think we've been spoilt with the recent few launches, River Modern, Pinery, Vela Bay, Tengah Garden, which are very close to an MRT station. Now, Hudson Place is not near an MRT station. This can impact daily convenience, especially for those who take public transport. Though there's a free shuttle bus service for the first year, would you prefer to be near the MRT station, or do you prefer to take the shuttle bus at designated timing? I think many will prefer the MRT station, but being further away from the MRT usually means the entry price is somewhat compensated for the inconvenience. Does it mean near MRT translate to better rental and resale? Let's look at some data. We take a look at 3 projects in Redhill area. Tanglin Regency, TOP in 1998, the Metropolitan 2009, and Principal Garden, TOP in 2019. So, Metropolitan is 9 years younger than Tanglin Regency, and Principal Garden is 10 years younger than Metropolitan, and 19 years younger than Tanglin Regency. So each of them is like 9 to 10 years apart. Of the 3, Principal Garden is furthest from Redhill MRT station and the youngest in age. If we look at the average rent for 2 and 3 bedroom for all 3 of them, Principal Garden is slightly lower than Metropolitan, which is very close to Redhill MRT station. So proximity to MRT does have a slight advantage here. However, Tanglin Regency, which is nearer to the MRT station compared to Principal Garden, have lower rent. Then we look at the sale PSF of all 3 of them when Principal Garden was launched in 2015 and present day in 2026. 2 bedroom growth for all 3 of them are not far from each other. Principal Garden has the highest growth at 37%. If we look at 3 bedroom, Principal Garden has grown by 66%, just a little lower than Metropolitan's 70%. But versus Tanglin Regency, it's much higher. So from here, we can see that it does not mean if a project is closer to the MRT, you get better sale or rent. Age of the development does matter. Next, we see some newer projects in the last 10 years that are also far from MRT station. Treasure at Tampines, within 7 years has grown 37% with average profit of 290k to highest of 1.034k. Riverfront Residences has grown 36% over 8 years, average profit 240k to highest of 966k. So in fact, there are more examples where those projects near MRT do make very decent profits, but we see those not near MRT making higher profits. And this is simply because of the lower entry price, and most of the time, these value for money projects are not sold out or sold to a high percentage on day one. So if buyers can look beyond proximity to MRT and recognize other traits of the projects, such projects do have good upside. Next, another entry and exit consideration is the presence of a very close by new project, Bloomsbury Residences. It's just across the road to Hudson Place. So let's take a look at the implications. So here are the 2 site plans placed side by side. Both projects are by the same developers, Tingjian and 4C. Is it a good or bad thing to buyers if the developers monopolize an area? Here, you will see the 2 blocks of Hudson Place have been planned to optimize views as much as possible with minimal blockage from Bloomsbury. And there is a future high-cover walkway linking Hudson Place to the public plaza of Bloomsbury where the commercial area is. So this alignment with Bloomsbury Retail is to create a continuous retail frontage to encourage better pedestrian flow and to create a new lifestyle retail cluster in the area. Here is a perspective of how the two projects will look. So this is Hudson and this is Bloomsbury. I feel they look almost seamless. Next, let's look at the unit mix. Both have 2 to 4 bedroom with 5 penthouses. While this looks like similar offerings, if you look at the sizes, they are like covering each other's gap. Other than 646 and 689 square feet, which are the same, the rest are different. So the smallest 3 bedroom in Hudson is 893 square feet. And then the next size is 1012 square feet. So there isn't a 900 plus square feet 3 bedroom here. But if you look at Bloomsbury, its 3 bedroom are from 904 to 990 square feet. And the next size is 1098 square feet. So the gap is filled by Hudson's 1012, 1023, and 1055 square feet. Bloomsbury 900 plus square feet 3 bedroom can be popular for those looking for compact 3 bedroom less than 1000 square feet, whereas Hudson Place 1000 plus square feet 3 bedroom can appeal to buyers looking for over 1000 square feet. So I see a good potential for these sizes here, not found in Bloomsbury as they are popular sizes in the resale market. So if you are looking for 3 bedroom, you might want to consider and look out for this. 4 bedroom. Hudson sizes are 1152 and 1432 square feet, whereas Bloomsbury are 1173, 1206, and 1421 square feet. So Bloomsbury 1206 square feet can be another popular size that fill the gap in Hudson's 4 bedroom offering. Lastly, for penthouses, Hudson Place penthouses start from 1744 square feet, whereas for Bloomsbury it starts from 1345 square feet, both catering to different buyers looking for various sizes. So from the site planning and unit mix, we can see how the developers have planned the two projects to synergize and complement each other rather than to cannibalize. I think it's very well thought out by the developer to cover the various sizes across the two projects to cater to different buyers. Although the 10-20 square feet may not impact the floor layout too much, but could amount to a difference in price in tens of thousands. Next, let's look at the remaining stock in Bloomsbury. Remaining units here are mainly 4 bedroom premium plus study and suite plus flexi. At its launch, 4 bedroom 1173 square feet sold from 2427 PSF, but this size is now sold out. For the remaining 1206 square feet, selling price start from
3.18 million.
2636 PSF. Hudson Place 4 bedroom will also start from 24XX PSF. So I would say both projects are similar in launch pricing for the 4 bedroom. If Hudson's 4 bedroom sells between 2004 to 2006 PSF, it will present an opportunity to buy at lower PSF than Bloomsbury remaining stock for a newer project. And as 1152 is smaller than Bloomsbury 1206, quantum-wise between 2004 to 2006 will also be smaller. So I feel Hudson's Place 1152 square feet might be sought after for the quantum and less affected by Bloomsbury 1206. How about the bigger 4 bedroom suite plus flexi? So Bloomsbury 1421 square feet transacted from 2555 PSF at launch, and Hudson Place will launch lower at 2004 XX PSF. So I'm guessing it is to make it attractive enough for this size to move, since they still have over 20 plus units left at Bloomsbury with prices starting from 3.6 million to 531 PSF. So size difference is less than 1% apart. So anything below 2,500 for Hudson Place will be attractive for a slightly bigger space, newer, at lower PSF. However, if Hudson Place exceeds 2,500 PSF, do you go for Hudson Place or Bloomsbury? Firstly, I think it's important to know what is the objective of the purchase, own stay or investment. If it's for own stay, obviously the earlier TOP, the better. Then it will be Bloomsbury. But if it's for investment, the later the TOP, the better. Then it will be Hudson. Because its TOP is about 6 months later, and this will give time for Bloomsbury rental units to be cleared first before Hudson Place units hit the market. Secondly, layouts can affect your decision, so let's review them. They are very similar except for some parts of the units that are bigger or smaller. Hudson Place has a bigger living room and kitchen, but two of its bedrooms are slightly smaller at 8.8 to 8.9 square meter. The master room is also slightly smaller. Balcony, household shelter, flexi room are more or less the same. The only big difference I can see is that bedroom 4 in Hudson Place is ensuite with the bathroom having dual entry, whereas Bloomsbury it is not attached. So for families looking for a second ensuite bedroom, Hudson Place is the one. So I would say for this reason, Hudson Place is slightly more superior in the layout, but do note that at 11 square feet more, the quantum will be tens of thousands more. So it's something for you to take note of. So to sum up the above, if the entry price is right and demand is real, a property not near the MRT can still present good upside and command good rent. With the same developer monopolizing the area in this case is not a bad thing because we saw synergistic planning that will benefit the community in the area on the whole. Now, we move on to the 3 pricing strategies. So, there are 3 pricing strategies developers commonly use in their launches: floor loading, phase or viewing loading, and unit type loading. So floor loading is when the developer loads a premium by level, so each higher floor jumps significantly in price. View loading is when a developer loads a premium by facing, so the biggest jump can come from views like pool view, river view, sea view, or unblocked view. Unit type loading is when the developer mark up bigger bedrooms like 4 and 5 bedroom. So once you know how the strategies are used, as a buyer, you can find windows of opportunity or sweet spots to buy at a good value and avoid paying a premium. So before identifying sweet spots, we need to know what is the USP of a project. Being in the One North precinct where rental is in high demand and units get rented out very quickly and command good rent, I'll say the USP of this project is high rental yield. So in order to get the best yield, the cheaper, the better. For floor level loading, judging from Bloomsbury's launch, per floor jump is around 4 to 6K for 2 bedroom and 8 to 9K for 3 bedroom, which is pretty normal. So likely the developer won't be loading too much per floor for Hudson Place as well. So if the developer loads by floor, which does not seem to be the case from Bloomsbury's example, go for lower floors. As the blocks are elevated 17 meter above ground, even second or third floors are good. If the loading is on facing, go for the cheaper facing like Infinite Studio facing. And we see from the indicative pricing that the developer will load on 4 bedroom, so go for 2 bedroom or 3 bedroom. Do note that the above is discussed from an investment point of view. So for own stay, just go for whatever gives you the best comfort within your budget. Now, let's go to the unit layout analysis. Here is the unit mix. 2 to 4 bedroom with 2 bedroom taking up about 56% of the units, 3 bedroom 22%, and 4 bedroom almost 21%. So not far off from each other. So we can see that this project is not just catered to investors, but also for own stay. Here's the site map. It's pretty simple. The 2 bedrooms are all inter-units, whereas the 3 bedroom and 4 bedroom are all at the corner of the blocks. 6 types of 2 bedroom, 4 types of 3 bedroom, 4 types of 4 bedroom, and 5 penthouses. 2 bedroom premium, which is 2 bed 2 bath. There's no 2 bed 1 bath in this project. So 4 types of layout, B1A, B, C, D. 646 square feet across 6 stacks, so both inward and outward facing, dumbbell layout, and all with enclosable kitchen. And all come with this nice corner for the dining table. Both bedrooms are en suite with the common bathroom having dual entry. So it's a very good layout, and essentially they're all the same, and the difference is mainly in the foyer area. So note also the walls in between the bedrooms and the living room can be hacked. So it boils down to facing and pricing. I believe these 2 stacks facing Infinite Studios, especially units below level 13 blocked by this building, will be the cheaper ones. So this can be investors' choice. Other than that, since there's not much difference in the layout, I think cheapest goes. Next, 2 bedroom premium plus study, 689 square feet across 4 stacks, both inward and outward facing. Here, compared to the B1 layouts we just saw, you get an extra study space. My preference would be B3, which is also the show flat unit, as it has a dedicated study room, which you can combine actually with the common bedroom to form a much bigger space. Whereas A is open, and although it's flexible what you can do with the space, for me you just feel like you have a much bigger dining space. Next, 3 bedroom deluxe, 893 square feet, stack 6, facing Infinite Studio. This is the only 3 bedroom less than 1,000 square feet, so I foresee it will be popular for those who want a compact 3 bedroom. It's well laid out, enclosed kitchen with window, and all the bathrooms have windows as well. You can put a long dining table here, even up to an 8-seater. Build more storage along this stretch, maybe a dry kitchen or bar counter. And there's this space here that can be used as a study alcove, so you have a dedicated space for work and study without taking too much space. Overall, very efficient design. Again, below level 13 will be blocked by Infinite Studios. So value buy if you don't mind that, or for investors. Otherwise, 13th floor just clearing the studios allow you to have a block view without paying too much. 3 bedroom premium, 3 sizes, 1012, 1023, and 1055 square feet. And this is also the show flat layout. 1 stack each, inward and outward facing. So versus a 3 bedroom deluxe, here all the layouts come with a home shelter, WC, and yard. The main difference between 1012 and 1023 is the foyer area. Then 1055, besides the foyer, comes with a proper study with window. So between C2 and C3, my preference will be C2 because I don't want to pay extra for the foyer space, especially when there's already privacy in C2 foyer. And note, for this stack, the balcony faces this side, which is unique, so it won't be blocked by Infinite Studios, and this direction looks towards Queenstown. So if you need a proper study room that is not the size of a full bedroom size, 1055 can be a good choice, as we saw earlier from the indicative pricing that the loading is on 4 bedroom. So 4 bedroom is going to cost much more for the extra bedroom. So now we look at the 4 bedroom premium. One size, 1152 square feet, 2 types, D1A and D1B. 1 stack each, both inward facing. Bedroom 4 comes with an attached bathroom, which is also dual entry from the aisle. All bathrooms and kitchens come with window. So the only difference between these two is this part. Here you will see that bedroom 4 is in between the two bathrooms, whereas here you will see that the two bathrooms are side by side. So that's the only difference. Both stacks flank the corner of the block at the ends. So 1A will have unblocked view towards Wessex, whereas 1B will face the opposite block, but it can have unblocked views from the balcony towards Wessex as well. And this is a good distance of 30 meters, so these stacks can be a value buy, possibly cheaper than 1A. Last but not least, the 4-bedroom suite plus Flexi. 1432 square feet, 2 stacks, almost mirror image. Inward faces the opposite block, but the balcony can look towards Greater Southern Waterfront on the higher floor. And outward facing is unblocked view towards Wessex Estate. And this comes with private lift, very nice, and a Flexi room. And the master room is huge with walk-in wardrobe. So this is a very luxurious space for own stay. The 5 penthouse layouts come in 5 and 6 bedrooms. I won't be going through them. Contact me if you need them. We've come to the end of the video. Feel free to reach out to me if you need any help, clarification, or any other discussion. This is Belle Tan signing off. Catch you in the next episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Bye.